Hi, my name is Mauro, and I'm a proud student at Microverse, and I'm going to show you today my capstone on React. So I'm gonna try to do this quickly because it's only 10 minutes. So please bear with me. I'm gonna try to explain what my project is about, uh, a couple of things in addition. So let me just share my screen. What's going on? All right. This is my project, which I'm proud of. So this project is a single page application, which means that even though it appears to have several pages, several sub pages, in reality, there's only one page. So it accomplishes that with a feature named routes inside the library. So it allows us to just navigate the site without making requests to the server, and by that saving a lot of resources. So the project was built with React and Redux. The information on it is retrieved from this page, the MailDit database. In reality, this is the information that with I which I have used to build my page. So the only thing that my app does is go to that mail database and fetch all the information, and that's called an API. Okay. So now that I have this information in my web page, so the functionality that I use was a filter which I can use it to filter by type of cuisine. So when I enter on each of those cards, by the way, I use Bootstrap to achieve the looks, the UI of this web page, and it also is responsive. So if you are seeing it in a smartphone, so or on other devices, it just adapts to um, the size of that device. Okay, this application is available online, as you can see here in the address bar. So what else can I say about this project? I can filter by cuisine. I have another pages like about us page. I don't know why it's not displaying the image. Okay, it must be an issue with the Roku. I'm sorry for that. I'm going to show you the local one. So if I hit about us, it should show an image. So the other thing that I implemented is if I write if there's an error, if I just go to a page that doesn't exist, so it's gonna show an error page. That's some functionality that I added to it. So let's gonna move on. In order to accomplish this presentation, I have to display a little concept, a little bit concepts. The first one is the library that I used to build this project is React, which is a library for building fast and interactive user interfaces. This library is declarative, which means that we work many of the features of the app, but I didn't manipulate the DOM directly. So the only technology that I used was JavaScript. So React will update and render the right components when the data on my app changes. So the only thing that I have to do is design simple views for each state of this application. The other thing that React is about is based on components, which are intended to manage their own state. And then I can build complex user interfaces with several components, like the navbar here, like the, sorry. So every one of these component boxes is a component, is a recipe. So when I enter to it, is another component which is recipe details, and so on and so on. So every component is written in JavaScript. Okay, let's going to talk about the DOM. So the DOM is, let's talk about first the real DOM. The real DOM is, it stands for Document Object Model, which is in simple words represent the UI, the user interface of your application. So every time that there's a change in the state the application, the DOM gets updated to represent that change. So now the problem is that when we have many changes or frequent changes, so these going to affect the performance of the web page. I'm gonna make it slow. So there's when it comes the virtual DOM in the rescue. And what is that? The virtual DOM is like a real DOM, but it's only a virtual representation of the DOM. Every time the state of your application changes, the virtual DOM gets updated instead of the real DOM. But how? How gets the real DOM updated? When React always compares the virtual DOM, the previous virtual DOM, with the newer virtual DOM, which comes from some change in the application, and only updates the real DOM, this particular part, not the entire real DOM. So that's why it is faster and much better. So now I'm going to talk about the Redux, the data flow in Redux. So here we have the action creators. Let me show you in my code. The action creators are, are here. So an action creator is a function that is going to create or return a plain JavaScript object. Its only purpose is to create an action. We're here. Oh, the action. So the action is just a plain JavaScript object that this action creator returns. An action has a type property and a payload. So as you can see here, this is the type of things that he's going to represent, and then some of those has payload, not always. So the type property describes some changes that we want to make inside our data. The payload property describes some context around that change that we want to make. So after that comes the dispatch, which is just a function that receives an action. For example, let's open up this one. So here we're going to dispatch an action, fetch receives an action that is responsible. After that, it's going to process that action, make changes to the data if required, and then returns it so that it can be updated in the store. Let me show the store here. So I have the store here. So what is the store? The store is a central repository for all the information that has been created by the reducers, right? All the, I'm sorry. Let me go back and talk about reducer first. Sorry, the reducer is just a function that is responsible for receiving an action, and then it's going to process that action. So let me show you. I'm going to have the main. reducer here. This is a reducer. It start working with the initial state, which is empty when the application makes its first appearance, and then it start working. Start processing the action. If, for example, it just go into the DML database and try to fetch the information, and the information is successful, so it makes changes to the data. Just fills this object here with that data. So then it returns it. Like you see here, it returns it. So it can be updated in the store, and which is that I am going to talk in now. And the store is the last part of the Redux cycle. The store is the central repository of all the information that has been created by the reducers, and the information gets consolidated inside the app. So after the reducer has done its job, so the store gets filled with information. Redux can easily reach into that information and get access to all the data inside our application. Okay. I think that maybe I was a little bit clear. I don't know, but okay, I'm going to talk about Redux right now. When we have complex apps, we get just okay, and every component could have a different state. So going to be complex. So we need some technology that allow us to manage the state. Okay. So with Redux, we can delegate. We can delegate to Redux the management of the data inside our application, because state management becomes a huge concern when application becomes large and have a lot of moving parts. Whenever it happens, the state is harder to manage, and Redux provides a way to keep the state in one central location. Whew. So for just finishing this video, I would really like working with Redux because it makes easier the job as a front-end developer. I think that it is the branch I'm going to be working more in my professional career, because I really like front-end. I really like the way Redux, React allows me to create application very fast and without having to, without concerning about the inner works of the DOM. I don't have to manipulate the DOM directly. I just have to create components. I have to say, so you're going to store this data, and with Redux, it's gonna make my life easier, because it's going to manage the store for me, the information for me. So I hope that you really enjoy this video, and you can find you can go to this link and check the app, and if you like it, maybe you can just give me a star. If you have any comments on it, you can go to my GitHub page and go ahead and just tell me what in what I can get better. So thank you for listening to this presentation. Remember, I am Mauro, and peace.